Call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting, September 19th, 2024 at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask Deputy Clerk Richards for roll call, please.
Mayor Gunter?
Here.
Clerk Simsky is absent. Trustee Barker?
Here.
Trustee Guzzo?
Here.
Trustee Little?
Here.
Trustee Nero?
Here.
Trustee Simonovich?
Here.
Attorney Zemanek?
Here.
Village Manager May?
Here.
Assistant Village Manager Parker?
Here.
Would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. The first item is open forum. Again, open forums for anything that's not on the agenda. We don't have anybody. Everybody's here for an agenda items, so I'll close open forum, move on to reports. My report is first, and I do want to congratulate the Chamber on their 50-year anniversary. They held a great anniversary open house yesterday. I thought it went extremely well. The new president, I got to get used to saying that. The Chamber Executive Director now is known as the President, and he was introduced, Eric Carlson, yesterday, and we'll see more of him as he gets into his position. Again, I've said it yesterday, I'll say it again, Larry Forsberg has done a tremendous job, and he's going to be missed. But so that went yesterday. We went extremely well. I have an update on the Community Development Committee. Next meeting is scheduled for October 31st. If we have a meeting on Halloween, is there a regular board meeting? No.
Neither.
Neither.
No
So
committee.
there will not be a Community Development meeting. The next Planning and Zoning Commission meeting will be on October 9th, right here at 6 o'clock. The Business Mural Program, Westmont Special Events and the Creative Art Network is coordinating a fall business mural program. Visit the Westmont Special Events website for additional details. And I'm going to go to Trustee Nero, Public Works Committee Chair.
Sure, thank you, Mayor. So before this meeting, we had our regularly scheduled Public Works Committee meeting, and a few updates from that. We discussed our South Water Tower inspection results. We are going to delay the exterior painting of it for a year until the inside coating gets in a little more line so we can do the replacement all at once, so save us some money this year. We also talked about Quincy Streetscape Phase 2 update. The board or the committee decided that it's best to scale back that project to hopefully allow us more funds for the downtown area. So we're going to focus on just ADA improvements and really reducing that scope on Quincy Phase 2 with hopes again to focus more on the downtown. We also talked about the railroad fencing and the trees at Burlington and Cass. There's some trees that maybe have seen better days, but since there's no safety issues, it was decided to keep them there because we're waiting for ComEd to finish a ComEd project, or electric project rather, and then we can put a nice decorative fence and really make it look a little bit better. So some more work to come on that. So in case you're wondering, there is a beautification project in store for that. And then we get a nice update on our capital improvement projects. So we've finished most of the 2024 motor fuel tax resurfacing projects. The Warwick water main is substantially complete. I forgot the alleys names, but 2 residential alley projects are almost complete. And then we have a few things that are still going to start. 2024 sidewalk removal and replacements in the fall. North Water Tower project, which is by the high school. And we already heard me mention the ComEd relocation project, so that's scheduled in a few months. And the Wilmette sidewalk to Dallas, Wilmette sidewalk and then Dallas to Quincy is spring of 2025 as well. Salt Dome, and finally our gateway sign. So a lot of projects still in the works and upcoming, but a lot of things have been finished. So if you have any specific questions about it, our Public Works Director does update the website to show all these things that have been happening and the progress, so I know they do a good job with that. And let's see, a couple other quick things. Oktoberfest tree giveaway is still, there's still time to sign up. It's October 11th at Neat Kitchen and Bar. This event is for any resident who would like to receive one free oak tree seedling. They come in gallon containers. Details are on the village website to sign up. Again, it's October 11th at Neat Kitchen. And Downers Grove Sanitary District is still having their open house on October 5th. I encourage everybody to go check out what they do with the wastewater if you haven't seen it. It's a pretty big system and a pretty big setup that they have. And last but not least, I was at the two things actually. I was at the Special Olympics golf outing last week, and as last year, our Westmont Police Department just did a phenomenal job. Such a team effort. Special call out for Mike Weebler. He did a great job. I mean, even as his family helping on some of the holes and raised a ton of money. I forget the exact amount, but I think it was a record, and really just was a good day overall. So a ton of community involvement.
$20-something thousand.
$28,000, yes. I mean, just a big year. I'm not sure if that's the biggest or not, but it was a great day. And last but not least, I'd like to thank those that came out to the Country House, even though it's in the town next door. It was for the Knights of Columbus fundraiser. We had Westmont Lions there, we had Knights, we had Village Board. Thank you, Trustee Simonovich, for showing up as well. And we raised, I think, close to $500 or so enough money to buy quite a few jackets. And I know the Knights are going to add more, and they're waiting for like the percentage that comes off the food bill too. So more to come on that. But again, thank you, everybody. And that is all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. And Trustee Little, Administration and Finance Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next Administration Finance Committee meeting will be held here October the 3rd at 4:30 right here in Village Hall. The Wicked West Fest. Get ready for all the events related to the Wicked West Fest. Program and event information has already been posted on the village website, including downtown trick-or-treating on Saturday the 19th, so don't forget that. The Endless Summer Car Shows. Westmont Special Events has hosted another Endless Summer Car Show in which we bring cool and classic cars to the area senior facilities and retirement communities so that they too can enjoy the excitement of our Westmont Cruising Nights events right where they live. There will be a total of 6 events for seniors in this area this year in the area. Halloween decorating contests. Westmont Special Events will once again host the Halloween decorating contest. Citizens are encouraged to sign up to be included in the voting, which will be taking place online. So details will be on the website soon. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Now go to Trustee Barker, Environmental Improvement Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, the Environmental Improvement Committee will meet on October 7th, I believe here at 5:30 in Village Hall. And then we have currently the Dark Sky Grant opportunity. This grant opportunity is for residents to consider changes to their properties that will reduce or even eliminate unnecessary light pollution and protect our evening skies for everyone to see and enjoy. Details are on the village website. I happen to see that another person applied for that, so that's exciting. They're taking advantage of this program. We have a green business and residential recycling contest. With this contest, businesses and residents have the chance to receive 1 or 2 months of free recycling and waste hauling, and you can again sign up at the village website. There is a Monarch Festival this weekend, and everybody's invited to come to the library's Monarch Festival on Saturday, September 21st at Ty Warner Park. More event details can be found on the Westmont Library website, and they do a great job with that. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th year, and it is continuing to improve and get more and more involved. And then lastly, we have something new here, and I'm going to call up Mr. McIntyre to talk about this just briefly. He'll do a better job than I, but it's called Wednesdays on West Quincy.
Thank you, Trustee Barker. So this is an idea that it's kind of been in the works for several years. It came out of Westmont First Committee, and Trustee Barker specifically was hoping to do something on West Quincy in the downtown area to kind of bring some attention to the new businesses, especially after they had kind of had a tough go of it for a while during construction season. And it took a little bit longer for some of those businesses to open as well as get their outdoor seating. But now that there's 5 restaurants over there that are open, we thought now is the time, even though we had hoped to originally do it during the summer. But the current plan for this is we're calling it Wednesdays on West Quincy. We're thinking this will happen during the month of October. There's 5 Wednesdays in October. And so for each of those Wednesdays, when I say this is being funded by the village through Westmont First Committee, already approved, but being handed off to Westmont Special Events, who's going to coordinate all of the details. And so they'll be bringing in music on each of those nights, probably for a 2-hour time frame. Each week, the music will be at a different location on one of the restaurants, and then we're working with the restaurants to talk to them about trying to offer, similar to the Taste of Westmont, taste, size, portion, and special pricing. And the goal is to get people down to those businesses. In addition, we're going to create some sort of like a punch card system where if a person that visits and/or makes a purchase at 5 different locations, every 5 of those locations will enter you into a raffle. Once you hit 5 locations, you can enter into a raffle, and then at the end of the month, there'll be drawings for more gift certificates for the restaurants and things like that. So that's kind of the plan, and probably early next week, we'll have all of the details finalized and up on the website.
I was going to ask you, what kind of music does TBA play? But
Hopefully good.
You haven't heard of them, Mayor?
no, I haven't heard of
That is
TBA.
quite the dad joke.
But mostly solo and duo acoustic acts, kind of low
Perfect
key.
for down there, yeah.
And, we do appreciate our businesses here, as, we say that time and time again, but this is really kind of a low-cost thing that we can draw attention to them and help support that. And then the other piece of that, the music, as discussed, we're hoping to use really local talent and give our musicians in the area, an opportunity to shine. So to me, it's a Westmont First thing, right?
Good idea.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry. That's all I have.
All right, well, thank you. And we'll turn over here to trustee Johanna Guzzo, Fire Public Safety. Big day coming up.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Fire Department Open House is scheduled for Saturday, September 28th, 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Frank J. Johannick Headquarters Station, which is 6015 South Cass Avenue. More information is available on our village website. And then the Silent Parade is scheduled for Friday, October 11th. This parade is dedicated to firefighters and fire victims who have lost their lives due to fire as well. As everyone probably knows, October is Fire Prevention Week, Fire Prevention Month, so I'm hoping that everybody will come on out and support everything that's going on. Thank you, Mayor.
And I do have to say, during the open house, parking's available cross street in the parking lots, and EMA does a great job directing traffic to get people across, so please come out. Trustee Simonovich, Police Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. The next Police Public Safety Committee meeting will be on October 17th at 4:30 p.m. here in this room. The Paper Shred fundraiser for Special Olympics Illinois is scheduled for October 5th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the police station at 500 North Cass Avenue. I also want to make sure that we thank everyone who came out in the police department's annual golf outing to raise money for Special Olympics Illinois.
Did a great job. Thank you. Moving on, items to be removed from the consent agenda. Does any board member see anything? If not, I'd ask Manager May to please read.
Thank you. The consent agenda tonight is all finance, except for the village board meeting minutes. Or to consider approving the minutes of the village board meeting held September 5th, 2024. It's followed by finance ordinance number 11 in the aggregate amount of $2,829,904.92. We have 3 purchase orders. First one is Morton Salt, $44,340. This represents 600 tons, but a fraction of the salt that we use on an annual basis, but this is with the cooperative bid that's done by DuPage County. So that dollar amount encumbers the entire purchase. Next purchase order is CDW, $46,075. This is the Google Workspace licensing renewal. It takes us October to October for an annual amount. Next is IMS Infrastructure Management Services, the purchase order for $29,735. We covered that a little bit at the Public Works Committee, but you've approved the contract. This is the purchase order that accompanies that. Those purchase orders total $120,150. Together with finance ordinance number 11 is $2,950,054.92. And that's the entire consent agenda, Mayor.
Do I have a motion to approve as read?
Motion to approve is read, Little.
Second, Barker.
Motion made and seconded. Any additional questions, comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to new business. Lions Club of Westmont, a charity event. Board to consider an ordinance approving a temporary use fee waiver request for a charitable fundraising event hosted by the Lions Club of Westmont. I'm going to turn to Manager May before we allow the Lions Club to promote it.
Yeah, the only introduction is the event. The actual request is for the waiver of the temporary use permit fee, which is $25, which you typically afford for charitable events. But there's someone here if you want to speak to the event itself.
We have the president and one of our very valuable members who'd like to come up and introduce yourself and
Hi, good evening. I'm Carla Plowman, and I'm the chairperson for LCIF for the Lions. And what we're doing this year, and it's only been done one other time, excuse me, we're bringing in a van that will have vision and hearing in it, and it's for all ages, and they would prefer to start at 6, but they will do younger. It's a free item for everyone.
It's testing,
And
right?
It's testing, yes. And what will happen is they will go in, and it's going to be held on September 29th from 11 to 3, and it's at the Manning parking lot. And what will happen is they will get in line. They'll get, of course, a little swag bag for the kids and all that kind of stuff that we've put together for them. And then what will happen is they'll go inside the van and they'll be tested for either the vision or for the hearing. And what happens is, if they pass, of course, there's no reason to go further. If by chance they do not pass, a kid especially, and they're underprivileged, what will happen is the Lions will step in and help that party with getting glasses or getting an eye exam, and that is at American's Best, and it's usually 2 pairs of glasses is what we give. So it's good. The other thing is with the hearing, believe it or not, there's 15.5%, that's 44 million people with hearing disabilities in the United States alone. And most of the people don't even know they have it. So it's a good thing that we're doing this, I believe. And like I said, this is only the second time it's been in Westmont. And I actually went down to Bloomington and went through a seminar. And it was pretty interesting because I was like, I've never done this before. And we got to test with the vision. And then I actually took the hearing test because someone, we won't mention names, tells me that I can't hear him, but I passed. So I can say that I passed. So, but again, with the vision, they'll be looking for macular degeneration for the older people. And a lot of problem is that people that are diabetic, and we are both diabetic, so we get tested every year. And there's, believe it or not, there's a lot of people who don't do that. And they really do need to do that because diabetic eye disease is by far one of the worst things you could ever do. And I mention to him all the time, I could lose a limb, I could do anything, but if I lost my eyesight, I'd be like, I don't know if I could deal with it. I mean, I guess you would, but thinking now, I'm like, nah, I don't think I could. But anyway, we are, the Lions is, that's what we do. We are with hearing and vision. So that's a big part of what we fundraise for, as we can see with the glasses. And then, of course, Candy Day coming up, which will be October 11th and 12th. And then we also have the diabetes seminar, which is going to be November 15th, which will help with all of that. And they'll be, they're testing to see if you have diabetes, and that they're also going to be giving free shots for COVID and the flu shot. So RSV as well. And this is a couple of things that we have going on. So we would really like to know if we could have that $25 waived. So if you have any questions, and I want to just thank you for listening to me. I know it's sort of passionate for me because, like I said, we are diabetic, and his mom does have macular degeneration. So she was a sewer and a reader, and now you go into a room and it's just this loud TV. So, but it's an important part of our lives, and as we get older, it's even a bigger part of our lives. And if we can stop it early, it's so helpful for little kids. And just a little quick story, one of the stories that was given to us down there that was so crazy is that little kids, when they take the test in the school, they put the eye over the eye like this, and they'll say, can you read whatever? And then they go, okay, do it to the other eye. Well, sometimes they don't even catch it, and they just put it over the same eye. So when we were little, and I'm sure most of you, they called it a lazy eye. They don't do that anymore. What they do is, and if you remember, that used to always be a patch. And everybody would be like, why does that person have a patch on their eye? And they'd be like, pirate, right? Well, what they do now is when you go in to get an eye exam and they notice that you have a weak eye, they'll put the same drops that they put in there to dilate your eye in the good eye so that you use the bad eye to make that eye stronger. And I thought that was very interesting. So that is something they can detect. And Dave, who is going to be running this for us, he's great. So I hope anybody can come out and do it. It's free. Yes?
Will the test for the macular degeneration involve dilating the eyes?
No, they won't do any of that. That is something, if they detect something, what will happen is he'll give you a form that says, we suggest that you see an eye doctor. So it's just a preliminary kind of exam.
Yeah, especially with kids, kids don't know that their eyesight is bad. We can tell as our eyesight gets, worse and worse, but with young children, they don't know that they can't see. They don't know.
Been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great thing the Lions Clubs does. I turned up my hearing aid. I heard everything you said.
It's been
I'll
a
turn
long
it down
time.
if I don't want to hear everything you said, but
Yeah, we don't even have to do that. We just have
Before
selective
you,
hearing.
and even still through the Lions Club, Trustee Addington
Oh, yeah.
did that for
years.
30 years, promoted that, and he never solved selective hearing
No.
either, so.
They got a new bus, so
Yeah.
we want to utilize it. We want to take our turns on it and get it here in Westmont. So we're just hoping for a good turnout.
And we'll-
That's great. Can you remind everyone where they can drop off their used eyeglasses?
There are 3 places, or 4 places. It's Maze Lake, it's right downstairs of the Village Hall. There's also at Westmont Center, or the Ron Gunther building. There's also the pharmacy, and also, I think, Maze Lake, I'm sorry, Maze Lake, yes.
said it, yeah.
I'm sorry, did I say Maze Lake? Yes. Yeah. So eventually, we would like to hope to get a new little thing that sits out in front of the
Somewhere.
Westmont Pharmacy or somewhere,
Yeah.
so that people could drop them in there. And I just picked up 2 bags at Westmont Pharmacy, so,
2 full bags.
2 full bags.
It's working.
That's great.
All those locations go to the Lions?
Yes.
Okay, cool, I
Yes.
didn't know that.
We have people that come around, pick up. Sometimes we get sidetracked and we don't get them all the time, but, we try to get them. But, yeah. Yeah, if anybody wants to know anything else about the Lions, please feel free to reach out to any Lion member. We'd be more than welcome to talk to anybody about it. Also, you can go to our website, which is www.lionsillinoisfoundation.org. So this is, like I said, it's affiliated with across the country and stuff. And I just went to a forum that was with Patty Hill, which she was promoting vision a lot, so.
And you do have to say the American Legion celebrating 100 year as the oldest, and I think the Lions is right behind 90 years since
Yeah.
1934.
Right.
So congratulations to a lot. I'm looking for a motion to approve the waiver fee.
Motion to approve?
Second, Nero.
Motion made and seconded, then roll call, please.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
And again,
Thank you.
motion passes, and thank you
Thank
for doing
you.
it.
Thank you for listening to us. Hope to see you guys out there.
Thank you. New business B, increase in available Class 2 liquor license by one. Board to consider ordinance increasing the number of available Class 2 liquor license by one for Shri Bistro LLC at 655 North Cass Avenue in Westmont, and it's Deputy Liquor Commissioner Mulhern.
Good evening, Mayor and Village Board. With me here is the owner of Shri Bistro LLC, which is VJ, yes. He's the owner. They are taking over the business of what was usually Shri Restaurant. Now, it sounds the same with different spelling. He is taking it over and now is applying for a Class 2 liquor license because he'd like to be able to afford the ability to have alcohol for his customers should they so choose to do so. His main business is that of a restaurant. He's taking over the same place. He has a manager. VJ lives in Oak Brook. I won't say where, but he lives in Oak Brook. And he's told me, in our meeting, my background, he's very, very conscientious and very serious about the operation of the business. This is his first restaurant-type business. He wants to make it a success and wants it to, become well-known. But he's also making sure that his staff is following all the rules. And so with that, we're asking the board to increase the number of Class 2 liquor licenses by one. There's no reason to decrease the Class 2 liquor license because a few months ago or a month ago, we had the board decrease the number of Class 2s because of the sale of the previous business.
The new owner, does he want to say how
I'm
long
sorry,
Shri
I'll
been in
introduce
business?
VJ and let VJ tell you a little bit about Shri Bistro.
Yes, hello board and mayor. My name is Vijay. I recently bought the restaurant in May. This restaurant, Shri, has been there for 40 years, multi-Indian cuisine, and it's been serving vegetarian food for the locals. That's a quick
40 years it's been.
40 years, yes, established 1983, and I'm the third owner. The second owner had it for about 40 years.
And I know you've met with staff and you're all set up to provide us with all the necessary information for taxes and everything.
Correct, yeah, he's
else.
worked
Place
with
to eat.
Alicia and myself. I did a background review on both VJ and his manager, and there's no reason to deny them, for background reasons, to deny them a license. And then they do have to go to the state of Illinois to get a state license after us.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Little.
Second, Nero.
Motion made and second. Any additional comments?
I had a quick question. Are you keeping the vegetarian menu?
We're still exploring the opportunities. From a business standpoint, it's about just break even, but if in order for us to boost productivity and profitability, we are looking at changing to non-vegetarian dishes. And right now, I would say 90 to 95% are only Asians coming to the restaurant. So I look around, so I heard about appreciating local business. Please support the local business also. Look forward to seeing you all there.
Thank you.
And you cater too, right?
Yes, we do cater.
It's a lot of your business is catering, but it's out of Westmont?
Yes, it is out of Westmont, yeah, yes.
Good. Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
And motion passes. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to new business C, reduce and increase available Class 9B liquor license. Board to approve an ordinance reducing and then increasing the number of available Class 9B liquor license for Expired Living of Westmont on 407 West 63rd Street, Westmont, Illinois, due to ownership change. This is something they've had, so I asked Deputy Liquor Commissioner Mulhern to give us some additional information.
Evening, Mayor and Board again. With me here is Eric, one of the managers from Sunrise Living of Westmont. Sunrise has taken over from Aspired Living of Westmont. However, in their legal name, they are still Aspired Living Westmont OpCo LLC. However, we learned a couple weeks ago, completely different business, even though the names may be similar, completely different business. Sunrise is now taking over the operation of that facility. As was told to me by the area manager, Amanda, this will probably be the last change of this business that you'll see, because Sunrise plans on being here for a very, very long time. And I didn't know much about Sunrise at the time. I was telling Eric before, I didn't know much until I started driving around. I go, oh, there's a Sunrise. Oh, wait, there's a Sunrise, and they're all over. Sunrise allows, along with a couple other senior living centers in Westmont, allows for the sale and service of alcohol to their residents only, and/or to their invited guests at special events, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I or anybody else from the general public could not walk in, sit down, and ask for a drink. You have to be a resident, and then you also have to be an invited guest. So that's where we feel a little bit better. Also with this, the management of Sunrise is spread out throughout the country, and to make it easier, we took the path that we went to their regional director, Amanda, forget her last name, one second. I'm sorry, Gosnell. Amanda is the regional, she oversees almost all the ones in Chicago. She's aware of this, and so we used her as for the background review, because she's going to oversee the actual sale and service and purchase of alcohol at this location. So we felt it's better to do the background on someone who's local rather than someone who's in New York who we'll never see again. So with that being said, my background review was completed. Again, nothing here that would reveal anything to deny them a license. And I would like to turn it over to Eric, and he can tell you a little bit about the facility. I know the mayor and I went there, and manager, I believe we went there for their grand opening. And it's a very impressive facility. So with that, Eric.
Thank you so much. Mayor Gunter and a member of the board, thank you for having us today. So Sunrise has been around for over 40 years. So we operate in several states, including Illinois. And we have a total of 19 communities across Illinois, Chicagoland. And our mission is to champion quality of life for all seniors. So we're very excited to be part of this community, and we appreciate all your support. If you have any questions, definitely let us know. And welcome to visit anytime as well. Thank you.
Beautiful facility, and what % are you at occupancy now?
Yeah, so we serve assisted living and memory care. In memory care, we are about 98% full. And in our assisted living, we are about 70% full. So we do have some availability in assisted living currently.
Beautiful building.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve Barker.
Second Little?
Motion been made and second. Any additional comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you. New business D, Illinois Transportation Enhancement Grant Application for Cass Avenue Downtown Streetscape Improvements. Board to consider a resolution authorizing staff to apply for the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program funding for the Cass Avenue Downtown Streetscape Improvements. Director Reese.
So the village has constructed one block of streetscape improvements on Quincy and design process for the next block in front of Village Hall. This project would continue streetscape improvements on Cass Avenue. The resolution would commit to providing the matching funds in the event that we receive the grant and programming those matching funds into the budget year that we received the grant.
And how much would the grant be?
$3 million.
And we're just obligated for 20%.
It's an IDOT formality. We don't need permission to apply for a grant. You're just acknowledging that staff is doing this and that there will eventually be a 20% match.
Do we have a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve. Little?
Second Guzzo.
Motion made, second. Additional comments? Seeing no roll. Yes.
Like I said, it's great.
All right, good. Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move on to new business E, Illinois Transportation Enhancement Grant Application for Newfield Manor Sidewalk Improvements. Board to consider a resolution authorizing staff to apply for Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program funding for the Newfield Manor sidewalk improvement projects, as well as committing matching funds as required by the grant. Director Reese.
So this neighborhood is located within a half mile of South School and Marker Elementary School. Several streets in the neighborhood do not have any sidewalks on either side, and it also is very close to Diane Main Park. And what I couldn't fit in the character limit on the description is it's also close to a lot of transportation hubs in town, so Cass Avenue, 55th Street, a lot of pedestrian ways in town, pace bus stops, things
School
like
bus.
that. Yep, school buses, school walking. So if you look at a map of the entire village, you can see it's like really the only spot where there's a large amount of streets with no sidewalk on either side. So the village's municipal code actually has a section that on public sidewalk policy, which is section 70-189, which provides a goal to have sidewalk on at least one side and preferably both sides of the street, of every street in town. So this is a grant to try to make that happen faster than if we were to do it with our own funds.
I'd like to add a little bit, only in that you weren't involved with all the, the history in there goes back to the 1980s, but you were all familiar with that. We recently did a project in there where we've got the sidewalk in down the spine of this area to accommodate these other projects. But that was, really well-received, but you heard more from the ones that didn't like it. And all I'm pointing out is that this is not approving a construction project. You're approving us to apply for a grant to do this because that population asked for, input when we got further to the planning stage. So I don't want anybody think we're breaking ground,
Yep, nope, it's just to apply for a grant. There'll be many more times that I'll be in front of you if we do go to
But
any
it'll
sort of
be
construction.
with the intention to build, of course, if
Yep.
received, but.
Yeah, the area is changing. Younger families are moving in, people with different needs that want to have better pedestrian options than currently in the neighborhood.
Trustee Barker, you want to make a motion?
I would like to make that motion, Mayor, and then when we get a chance, I'll make a comment as well.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion
Little.
been made and second. Comments?
Yeah, so I just want to say, going back to what was done there just recently, the village did such a great job on working with the people that live there and accommodating their landscaping and everything. And it is, it's not a straight line like they used to do, right? And you just plow through the big trees and everything else. But it was artfully done, and
She did that.
well, that's what I'm saying, But it was artfully
I'm
done.
the one that cuts down the trees and makes them straight.
Yeah, and it was very well done, and I'm proud of that work, right?
We all are.
Thank you.
Any additional comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Little? Yes. Trustee Nero?
Yes. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to new business F, trustee appointment. Board to consider a motion approving my appointment of a trustee to fulfill the term left vacant by the passing of trustee Brady. And I'm looking for that appointment to be former trustee Harold Berry, who is now on the planning and zoning. So I'd like a motion, hopefully, to approve that appointment.
Motion to approve. Little?
Second, Hero.
Motion made in second.
This appointment is for the balance of trustee Brady's term.
He'd have to run
Which
if
would
he-
be next spring.
Yes. And he'll be, if it passes, he'll be sworn in next meeting. Any additional comments?
Mayor, if I could?
Yes.
Having served with Harold, right? I just want to call him Harold, right? Having served with Harold, he certainly has Westmont in his heart and his mind. So I think it's a good choice.
And he hits the ground running. He had 8 years here and decided not to run for family reasons, and he'd like to get back involved. So I think it's a good roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Motion passes. With that, new business G is Planning and Zoning Commission appointment. Board to consider a motion approving my appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and Manager May.
Just pointing out that as of about 30 seconds ago, there is now a vacancy on the Planning and Zoning Commission, so. Yeah, for Michael Lynn, local resident and architect, and when we went through, the last time we filled commissioners, we did interviews with several people that have previously expressed interest in serving on the commission. We did personal interviews it was kind of like a two-way interview where they interviewed us, about what the role is and, making sure that they were still interested, and Michael Lynn was one of them.
Yeah,
And Commissioner Carmichael, the chair,
Yep.
participated in those as well.
Yeah, one of the things that I've been implementing is that when we have vacancies to get interviews, and I know the board was involved in when we appointed Trustee Brady, when he filled in for Trustee Addington, and this is the same way. I had the chair of the commission and head of the department, myself, manager, interview these candidates, and he's a good fit. So, any other comments? Did I get a roll? No. I need a motion.
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second Little?
Motion made, and seconded. Any additional comment? And he'll be sworn in at the next P and Z meeting. Roll call, please.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Motion passes. Miscellaneous.
Mayor, just one quick
Yes.
thing I forgot, Public Works related, I just wanted to remind everybody, we discussed the tree lights, and our Public Works team did a great job in finding artificial wreaths. It's about 400 or so of them, so the lights are gonna come down off the trees, but these beautiful pre-lit wreaths are gonna go up, all double down each pole, two on each one. It's gonna look great, so just wanted everybody to know that. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Any additional? If not, we do not have an executive session. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Little?
Second, Parker.
Motion been made in second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Again, I want to thank everyone, and this meeting is adjourned.